angry, Aussie. Aussie. Angry, Aussie.
Alrighty, live again Thursday night, and I think I might do the thing that I should have done before I went live. Fix my camera. Ooh, there we go. All right, focus. Weird thing is, it's not on autofocus. The focus shouldn't go out, but it friggin' does. Very annoying. Anyway, okay, that door's going to make a lot of noise. I got to try and deal with that. Hang on. Okay, that might help. Put a little doorstop in there. And while no one's here, I might make a drink. Oh, actually, I might make sure this is properly agitated. Sometimes there's some sediment. Ahoy, hoy, optical turkey. How are you? A little bit of trivia. Most people know ahoy, hoy, how Mr. Burns answers the phone on The Simpsons. That was proposed as an official way to answer the phone back in the early days of the phone, or so folklore has it. And Chris, hello to you, sir. I'm basically doing a version of a rum old-fashioned coconut rum, Swedish punch, and tiki bitters. And I'm going to treat myself and have a cherry as well. Because no motherfucker can... actually, there are people in this house who could possibly physically stop me if they were so disposed, but they're all too nice and they don't want to stop me. So, I'm just going to stab a cocktail cherry. Here we go. Over here. All right. And we're done. Okay. I'm going to just make it in the glass because it's not a complex drink. There you go. A Swedish punch rum old-fashioned. Oh, man. That's a taste sensation. Oh, my God. Okay, so I'm hoping to unwind. Right at the end of the workday today, the boss sprung something on me that was new information, which has thrown a bit of a spanner into my works, and that sort of shit gets to me a bit, and it probably shouldn't. Like, he's probably not that bothered about it. I'm just going to have to spend some time assimilating the new information. But I always get this whole pressure, like I'm supposed to know everything now. And I actually know this. Any reasonable person, and my boss is a reasonable person, is going to take a couple of days to assimilate this information into what I was already doing. I'm just kind of annoyed no one told me this new information before. Deep sigh. Oh, man. That's good. And can I get me an inebriate? What's the percent on this? 42% on the rum. And the punch I made is probably about 20%. So that's not an overly strong drink. Not an overly weak drink either. But we shall see. Celtic King, hello. Oh, yeah. A name channel about that aircon. Fuck those guys. Still, not only do I not have air conditioning, don't have an indication of when I'm going to have air conditioning, which is super fucking frustrating. Not happy Jan. So, and because we're meant to get seriously fucking hot weather over the weekend again. And I might get a surprise visit tomorrow from someone to finish the work. I'm not expecting it. I'm expecting to go through this next fucking burst of heat with no air conditioning. A fucking gain. I'm getting pissed off. I know, Joe, you probably should have phoned them and told them to take their time. That could be the source of all my problems. That could be the real issue. Oh, I forgot. I think I'm trying to do, although everyone so far is on YouTube, but because I don't get overwhelmed by chat normally, I'm going to put the comments I'm responding to. Oh, you say you were just kidding. I don't know. The truth is out now, so... I used to think JK was just a contraction of joke. It means just kidding. Well, you saw me on the Twitch. Was that like when I was... Oh, you saw that on Twitch that I was live? Or just generally you saw me on Twitch complaining? Because I do that a fair bit. Well, that is thoroughly pleasant. Yeah, that'll also be good in a highball. Like if I just added soda. I have to think about that for another night. Oh, okay. So, yes. You saw me on Twitch. So jumped over here. Easier to follow the chat if you're on YouTube because the vast majority of people watch on YouTube. And evening, Safa. Good to see you. Deep sigh. Just I got to get in the vibe. I was listening to some Pump It Up music just before coming on. Get me in vibe and had mood music and now I have mood beverage. And I have to try this. This just arrived yesterday. Look like a UFO or maybe a hat. It's for smoking cocktails. I could have done it with this one, actually. I think I'm going to do it a little bit later with my a barrel-aged cocktail. So it's fun to go on and make it work for money, try and explain what's going on Twitch. Well, I'm doing this from now on. So when people are on different platforms, I can do that. Making sure that's what we call shooting ourselves in the foot. I know you're joking. Oh, I assume you're joking, Safa. That's what we call shooting ourselves in the foot. You don't publicly do something that could make your situation worse if you know what you're about. And while there's about a 1,000,000 to 1 chance of the relevant parties seeing me making a video saying I'm angry about the air conditioning, it's not a 0 chance. Just lots of potential for shit to blow up in my face. I did that. Wrestling Days, Big Pat, how you doing, man? Man, this drink's fucking great. I thought it would be good. And it is. It's really good. I have to get some... I've got some sodas in the fridge that would probably be good with this. I was thinking getting some lemonade tomorrow. My soda stream machines are broken, so I can't make it at home. But I do have some nice sodas in the fridge that I could add to this. Mayhap. It's actually better than I expected. I thought it would be good. It's very good. Actually, it's probably a little bit too sweet, which is a nice problem to have. It's better than being too bitter or something. Yeah, maybe that would actually be improved by Angostura bitters, or possibly the Negroni bitters I have. I did tiki bitters. Get a little tiki on it. It's nice. Yes, unnamed channel. We do not want the drink too salty. Interestingly, some drinks do recommend you put a couple of drops of saline in, as just in a salt water solution. Not so much to make the drink taste salty, but salt is a flavor enhancer, and it can actually bring out other flavors without making the drink taste salty. Mind you, then again, there's dirty martinis, where it's like you make a martini and then put olive brine in it, and usually enough olive brine that you can taste it, so it is actually salty. The cocktail world, it's a strange place. I was thinking, as I was saying about trying out my smoker. Try and do a slow-mo video from my phone, although the iPhone slow-mo is very weird. Unnamed channel, MSG, a teeny bit of MSG sprinkled in some cocktails could be quite interesting, actually. Again, MSG being a sort of salt, being a flavor enhancer, could be quite wild. Like, could work really well in a lot of drinks. Oh no, wrestling days. Been sick. Not able to walk. Feeling sick. That's not good, man. It's not COVID. Is it COVID or are you just sick? Is it derived from seaweed? I honestly don't know. Let's look it up. Msg Seaweed. Over 100 years ago, MSG was invented by a Japanese chemist named Kukene Ikeda when he discovered seaweed had flavor-enhancing properties. Although glutamates occur naturally, food additive made by fermenting starch, sugar beets, sugarcane, and molasses. Okay, so I think it was inspired by seaweed, but it isn't made from seaweed. This says starch, sugar beet, sugarcane. So that's really interesting. It's made by fermenting sugars. That's actually pretty wild. Something, you get an extract from fermented sugars becomes salty. That's really wild to me. That's fascinating to me, actually. Man, food chemistry is wild. Yeah, I find that quite interesting. Then again, weird things fascinate and interest me. So, all right, I'm going to try out my smoker. This is a little thing with a grill in there, and I've got, this is the box it came in. It's really playing up the fact that it looks like a UFO. I want to infuse. This says no cocktails were abducted during the making of this marvelous gadget. This says the smoke is right here. Guy who made it has a Instagram smoke UFO. But he also included some wood chips, apple wood chips. Safa, I'm about to smoke my barrel-aged cocktail. People rave about. Oh yeah, no, that the whole anti-MSG thing turns out to have been really racist, actually. Reason MSG tastes good, it's a salt of glutamate, which is very important amino acid we've evolved to detect, hence the umami taste. If you remember correctly, glutamate is one of the most common amino acids in our proteins, so we need a lot of it. Maybe I need some scissors to open this bag that the applewood chips are in. Came to me all the way from Latvia, which I think is kind of cool. A pair of scissors here. Is that enough? All right, sorry. Instead of staying off camera, I'm going to come back. So yes, there was certainly a period where there was a big scare about monosodium glutamate. Like, is it really dangerous? Because it is notoriously used in Chinese takeaway food. Turns out there was not really much foundation to the scare campaign, and it was probably just really racist. Certainly not worse than table salt, sodium chloride. Willing to be corrected on that, mind you. Not next week. Okay. Okay. Applewood. It's nice. It's just wood chips in here, so got to put some wood chips in the smoker. That's probably enough. Okay. Take my cherry out to smoke this cocktail. I'm going to reuse this glass. Gonna try and get a good slow motion video of this, but it won't be the end of the world if it doesn't work. Need to clean this chopping board. I'll be back on camera in a second. All right. And I'll actually turn the camera around while I do this. Okay. Hello, No2. I'm the channel. Same people moan about smoke and drink. Happy to pump smoke in their lungs. Eat sugar. Yeah, definitely. And hello, Megaleech. I'm just freely open about how unhealthy I am. Don't smoke cigarettes, but I'm very unhealthy. Okay, where is my barrel-aged cocktail? My kinda sorta boulevardier. Man, that really doesn't want to come out. That's not the right stopper. That's why it's... All right. Ooh, that's just a beautiful burgundy red. Sorry, I'm just going to get a different stopper for this. There you go. That's a Starwood stopper. All right. Put that back in the fridge. Frigidage. Now, put that back. Now, I'm going to put this drink here. I'm going to try and get a slow-mo video of the smoker. So I'll let you see what's happening. So, okay. There's the actual cocktail. Put the smoker on top. I don't think you'll see anything. Got to get my brulee torch. Now, get the iPhone happening. Camera. Slow-mo. Okay. Oh god, the fucking lights and the frame rate are messing about with each other. All right, so bring this right over here. There you go, just letting you see what I'm doing. This slow-mo does weird shit. Gotta let it run for a while. And okay, here comes the... It's all full of smoke. Don't think I got a very good slow-mo video there, but that's okay. I'll bring everything back around. And I'll sit down. Still smoking. Hope I don't set off any smoke alarms. So watch this. You see how smoky my cocktail is? Okay, that's pretty cool, isn't it? That's pretty cool. That's visually, that's pretty cool. Still got glowing embers in here. Want them to go out. That looked pretty cool, right? Okay, I've definitely got to try and get... Yeah, Safra, I'm hoping the fire alarm doesn't go off. Although in the kitchen, there's not a fire alarm in here. You don't have a smoke detector in your kitchen. That's a recipe for disaster. But that looked pretty fucking cool, taking the smoker off the top and just having... I'm going to have to work at getting a good slow-mo of that. I'm still getting the smoke aroma. Oh, man, this cocktail's really good. This is my barrel-aged cocktail. Left it in the barrel for like a month. Just goes through the whole spectrum with a little bit of bitterness late on the palate. That's, for my mind, that's the mark of a good cocktail that goes through multiple flavors as you drink it. I've still got the... It's like a wood. It's a wood fire. I mean, obviously, it's a wood fire, and I've still got that in my nose, the burning wood, which is a smell I like. And MJ have a smoke alarm in the kitchen. Oh, okay, you have a special one that works off sudden change in heat. Okay, don't have one of those. There's a couple of smoke alarms in the house, but not here. Safi, does no one need knowing? No, this might sound very un-Australian, but mowing the lawn is actually Mrs. Angry's territory. We never formally divided tasks around the house, but we each have our own things we do. And Mrs. Angry is the one who mows the lawn almost all the time. You have a smoke alarm in every room in the house. We don't have one in every room. We have several, but not in every room. Oh. This is amazing because this actually has, this is mostly whiskies. This has 4 different whiskies in it. It doesn't taste like whiskies at all. It's so mellow and sweet with just a tiny bit of bitterness late on the palate for variety. And Safa, it has indeed cooled down today, and it's cooling down tomorrow. Then it's getting fucking hot again. A named channel has a pro tip for smoke alarms. Put one in the crawl space in the ceiling. That's an interesting tip. A fire will start there, give you time to get out. That is an interesting tip. So if you think it looks like cola, granted, it's extremely dark on camera. In real life, it's not quite that dark. It's got a really deep sort of burgundy red color. I agree, on camera, it looks basically black like cola. Oh, no, Safi, you're still 30C. No, we're about 5 degrees cooler than that. And right now, I think it's under 20. Maximum today was only about 25, I think. Let's talk about the weather. Yeah, it's only 19 now. Maximum tomorrow is only 23. Then 29, 34, 31. Bet I don't have fucking air conditioning before that 34 hits. Fuck. Okay, what is it? 8:30. And I am drinking a really potent drink. I had to re-watch the video of this to remember what I put in it because I made it like a month ago. And it's 4 different sorts of whiskey, 3 different sorts of vermouth, and some cherry brandy. Whew. Optical Turkey, you're still 31, got up to 37. That fucking sucks, man. An unnamed channel, you got really hot. 27 at 8, yeah. No, when it's that hot late at night, it's fucked. And yes, where are you at, unnamed channel? I'm just enjoying this drink so fucking much. And actually, I might, okay, this would be nothing to you. I might watch back the video I just shot to see if it's any good visually. Okay, there's a fucking strobing from the lights because of the frame rate. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to have to practice and get a good slow-mo video. Okay, it's slow-mo. Okay, you're in New Zealand, Taranaki, halfway up North Island on the West Coast. Nice. Okay, so watching on the phone. Well, look, you can watch it with me, although you won't see the... So it's flaming. I think I probably need to put the camera that's trying to get the slow-mo effect on a tripod. Yeah, I didn't really capture it. But I'll show you a neat little thing. Like, this is a very clever thing. Like, this is made by hand. Big Pat, you're going to have to tell me what soul means. You went for a swim around 8:30, beach cool you down. That's nice. That's a nice thing. So if you're jealous of New Zealand internet speeds, fair enough. Okay, so the design of this, you got this bit where I put in the wood chips. There's a metal grill in there and you fire and it goes down. But this bit is a little air hole, basically. A little bit of physics happens, burns, goes down, and airflow sort of pulls the smoke through here and back out here. So you get this airflow thing happening. So the smoke goes all around. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Also, Mrs. Angry has a few herbs growing in the garden. Some rosemary would probably be nice. Stuff says it looks like a cowboy. It does. It kind of looks like a cowboy hat. He's gone with UFO. as the motif for this. But I agree, cowboy hat is a reasonable thing too. Someone channel, 1 gig up and down. God fucking damn. So much better than our internet in Australia sucks balls. We fall further behind the rest of the world every year that the government doesn't invest in infrastructure. God damn Kevin Rudd for being such a fucking tool. Because if he wasn't impossible to work with, the cabinet, the caucus wouldn't have plotted to get rid of him, and he probably would have had several terms of government. I think he had the potential to be a very good prime minister. It's just that, I don't know, he was fucking impossible to work with. And so they got rid of him. So is there an international corruption register that says Australia is as corrupt as Hungary? Jesus, look at the shit that's happening in New South Wales. That's wild. So unnamed channel saying that's a bit slow. There are 8 gigabyte plans. Routers only have 1 gigabyte Ethernet ports. Yeah. Good Lord. Oh yeah, universities here have just out of control, unbelievable speeds, because various major universities here are Australia's internet hubs. I worked at Melbourne University like 5 years ago. The internet speeds on campus were absolutely fucking mind-blowing, because it was one of Australia's major internet hubs. But yes, us in consumer land, it's all fucking shit, basically. I am absolutely going to have to drink water after this. Because that's a little bit potent. And I am well and truly half Tim Smithed at the moment. Safa, we get 1 gigabyte from 2023. Says fucking who? I know that's been stated, but Jesus. I'll fucking believe it when I see it. Yeah, if Rudd hadn't fucked up, Labor might have stayed in power longer, and if Conroy wasn't so fucking adversarial, we'd have the proper infrastructure in place. So, yeah, I'll believe Australia's internet has been improved after it's in place, not before. Oh, there's a siren in the background. Microphone's probably not picking it up. Well, that might. It's a pretty penetrating sort of sound. I've still got this wood smoke smell all around me, which I really like. It's quite pleasant. I didn't even burn all the wood in here. It's like, even before I ever used this, Mrs. Angry was smelling it, saying she really liked the way it smelled. And she goes, what sort of wood is it? And it's oak, as it turns out. I messaged the guy who made it, and he said, oh no, what you're smelling is not the wood, it's the finishing oil. It's all handmade on a home lathe. Like, it's a fucking beautiful artisan piece of work. And he's rubbed in several layers of stain and finishing oil and whatnot. And so it smells marvelous. Hello, Justin. So, Saf, what are you saying? The Liberals planning 75% off fixed line by 2023. Labor plans 2025. 90%. Look, I will not believe anything from either major party until after it's in place, because I'm sick of how much they fucked everything up, basically. Well, Safi, you like smoked ham? Oh, wow. Dr. Abigail at Nettie's place. Don't know how long you'll be on. I don't look. If you're at Nettie's place, want to switch on a camera and join, just tell me, and I'll post the link. Because it'd be fun to have a bunch of people on. Man, I'm fucking loving this drink. We're talking about my barrel-aged cocktail, which is what I'm drinking. So the other night, the barrel's up there now. It's got bourbon in it. It's got Maker's Mark bourbon in it, which is probably going to sit in it for a couple months. Now the barrel is really nicely seasoned from having had some port and then cocktail in it, like 5-6 weeks. Okay, it's literally just new. Nettie and nobody else were. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, they did post a picture earlier with AIDSy, but oh, nice. You're looking after the minor humans, human minors. They're not minor humans. They're humans who, under the law, are described as minors. There you go. Safa, smoke the meats. I like smoked ham too. I was just thinking of that weird thing that Mark Zuckerberg did a couple of years ago to try and appear human. He's with some friends smoking barbecue stuff. And Americans love their barbecue, their smoked meats on barbecues. And yes, Safa, that is a bit of good news that the religious discrimination bill won't even be looked at till after the next election. But God, it's so much fuckery. Safa, I think by definition, jerky is smoked. Then again, I don't know. Unnamed channel. Which guy's in the lizard clan? I'm sure they are. Oh my God. Abigail's brought up ham cider. That's a bit of channel folklore for people who don't know. New Year's Eve a couple of years ago, not last New Year's Eve, I was paranoid about COVID and didn't have anyone over. One before, Nettie and Abigail were over, and I finally cracked open this bottle of French cider that I'd had for a stupid number of years, and it had gone off. It literally tasted like ham. It was clearly dangerous. So that's become a running joke since then. Ham cider. Ah, yes. I don't know, channel. Zuckerberg, he's not human. He's not human. Absolutely not. Safa, yeah, you're confirming it was 2020, 2021. End of 2020, start of 2021. I was going to have everyone over for New Year's Eve just past, but then I got paranoid because of COVID and I didn't do it. And it's like, oh. And no one had COVID, but I still think it was the right thing to do, erring on the side of caution. I am old and out of shape, so the chances of COVID really fucking me up are actually quite high. Don't know how long I can avoid it. I side with Abigail as the actual plan is just don't get it. It's worked so far. Oh my God. So many people I know have now, like from internet friends to people I work with. So many people having the Rona. No, Safa, actually, Mrs. Angry has shown no interest in Winter Olympics. She got very into the tennis, the Australian Open, which we both found mildly surprising. But one of the appeals of the tennis is it's so obvious what's happening. The rules are very easy. Whereas a lot of the Olympic sports are really fucking weird and you don't know what's happening. But no, Mrs. Angry's shown no interest in the Winter Olympics. So, and because we have the Foxtel, we could probably watch a bunch of Winter Olympics, a whole bunch of sports channels on Foxtel, which we never watch. It's always kind of fun taunting people who are obsessed by sports. Like, oh, yeah, no, I've got a thing with like 6 sports channels. Don't watch any of them. So just not interested. Don't fucking care. Which, again, is not a particularly mature thing to do. I freely admit, not a particularly mature thing to do. Then again, I'm not particularly mature. I was also thinking, this is a withered old orange that I'd been It's like I bought an orange just to cut peel off and using cocktails. Now it's really dry and hard. I feel like this is really dry and hard. I could like use a zester or a grater to grate this off and put that, because it's really dry now. I could put that in my smoker and get sort of smoked orange peel, which would probably be quite nice. Safa, I think they tied up the sports pack with something I actually wanted, like movies or something. Unnamed channel. The sport needs a judge to give the score. Shouldn't be in the Olympics. Oh, okay. No benchmark judge to someone's opinion. I like it. Hot take, controversial opinion. That's the sort of controversy that I want to stir. If it needs judges, it's bullshit. Look, I love it. I just love it. Not saying I agree or disagree, but I love it as a hot take and a controversial opinion. It's very good. Oh, man. It's like, okay, I've had just a couple of drinks now and they've both been so nice. It's like, man, I could just get fucking shit-faced and wipe myself. I'm not going to. I'm going to drink some water after this. Mr. Responsible. I am. You're all going to remind me if I forget, because I forgot on Tuesday and no one reminded me, even though I said I was going to do it. I need to do an experiment with a shot. I'm trying to do a layered shot, which I then set on fire. And thank you, Safa. Very good stand-in for Shields here. I need to drink water. And yes, Chris, water is good. I like drinking water. I like the taste of water. Water is not completely neutral. Yes, do the experiment. I don't think I'll forget now. But I'm going to try and do a layered shot and set it on fire. So I'm going to try and get a slow-mo shot of the fire. I'm going to do it just behind the laptop. I'll turn the webcam around, and I've got my video camera set up to try and get a slow-mo shot of fire. I don't know if it's going to work. We will see. The idea of the shot is the base is red, and then the top is my high alcohol absinthe. I think it's the highest alcohol spirit I have at the moment is my absinthe. So it's going to be red and then with a flaming thing on top. We'll see if it works. It's an experiment. It's an experiment in chaos, because with some other people I sort of agreed to do videos about the Warhammer 40k chaos gods, because there's a new video game coming out next week. We're all taking on one of the chaos gods. I'm Khorne, blood for the blood god, and skulls for the skull throne. So I'm going to put the shot in one of my skull shot glasses and try and set it on fire, because that seems suitably chaotic to me. But this is, I don't know if it's going to work. So I'm going to do the experiment here on the stream. Got my video camera ready. If it works, it's like fucking, yeah, it works. And I can shoot more of the video tomorrow or on the weekend. Oh, my God, that's good. Oh, okay. Safa, not random naming for tonight's stream. Tonight's stream is named after the anniversary of one of my... I discovered this last year when I was doing the streams and looking for stuff. I'm going to bring it up. It's the St Scholastica Day Riot. And this fucking cracks me up. Okay, so anyone who's been to uni or lived in a university town will know there's a lot of antipathy generally between the uni students and the townies. It's sometimes violent. It's sometimes nasty. I know when where I was in Bathurst with AIDSy, there were some very nasty manifestations of the townies being very angry at uni students. But a lot of people, when you hear about if there's any conflict between uni students and townies, people treat it as if it's a plague of the modern world. People are bad. But no. I fucking love this story. I'm looking at it on Wikipedia now. The St Scholastica Day Riot took place in Oxford, England on 10th February 1355, which was St Scholastica's Day. The disturbance began when two students from the University of Oxford complained about the quality of wine served to them in the Swindlestock Tavern, which stood on Carfax in the centre of town. The students quarrelled with the taverner. The argument quickly escalated to blows. The inn's customers joined in on both sides, and the resulting melee turned into a riot. The violence started by the brawl continued over 3 days, with armed gangs coming in from the countryside to assist the townspeople. University halls and students' accommodation were raided and the inhabitants murdered. There were some reports of clerics being scalped. Around 30 townsfolk were killed, as were up to 63 members of the university. So this started with some obnoxious uni students picking a fight in a pub saying, "Your wine is shit," and the bartender saying, "Shut the fuck up or I'll punch you in the face," and the uni students going, "You and whose army?" And then a punch-on started, and then it just sprawled out into the streets and got super fucking violent and continued over 3 days. And it was so full on, people from the surrounding countryside found out the townies were fighting with the uni students. They went, "Fuck yeah, we'll have a piece of this." And they invade the university grounds and fucking kill people. So, holy shit. I just find that hilarious. My God. An annual penance was imposed on the town. Each year, on St. Scholastica's Day, the mayor, bailiffs, and 60 townspeople were to attend a mass at the University Church of St. Mary the Virgin for those who were killed. The town was made to pay the university a fine of 1 penny for each scholar killed. The practice was dropped in 1825. In 1955, the 600th anniversary of the riots, in an act of conciliation, the mayor was given an honorary degree and the vice-chancellor was made an honorary freeman of the city. That fucking cracks me up that a problem that started with obnoxious uni students talking shit to an innkeeper spiraled into a 3-day riot that killed maybe 100 people. Fucking. And again, the fact people came in from the countryside, they heard the townies were punching on with the uni students and they all went, "Fuck yeah, I fucking hate that fucking university snobs. Let's go." And they've come in to join the punch on. I think that's funny. And again, people being killed, not funny. But the bit that I find funny is, like, if there was ever any conflict between university students and townies now, people would act as if that's some sort of modern malaise and, people used to be so much more respectful. There used to be such big... No! 600 fucking years ago, there was a 3-day riot that killed 100 people that just started with uni students being obnoxious pricks. So for what town was that? That's in Oxford. Like, Oxford University. These were Oxford University students that did this. I love this. Safa, what were the cops doing? There were no police. Police was a concept that was invented in the 19th century. There were no police. There were law enforcement people, but they weren't police. Oh God! Now there's another plane. Although, why did I say another plane? It was sirens before. I can hear a propeller-driven plane overhead now. Yeah, music gave out a casual 3-day bar brawl. People just went for it. Yeah. Yeah, basically aviators. The only sort of enforcement was the army or the local bailiffs or whatever. So, unnamed channel. Police in the USA were not around to the 1800s. Yeah, they were an invention of the 19th century. And what the police were then, which is pretty much what they still are, is an enforcement arm for the ruling class to protect property. I'm not talking about the USA, but generally. As the Peelers, what's it? William Peel invented the police force in London. That was regarded as the first police force. But yeah, the police were then and still are an enforcement arm of the property class. Oh, Chris, that is one. Early police forces in the US did actually come out of slave catchers. It's not quite as black and white as that, but that is essentially true. A lot of the US concept of policing came out of the policing of slaves and slave catchers. Again, okay, it must be a week or so since I have recommended the Behind the Bastards podcast, but a year or so ago, they did one on the history of cops in the US, which was very good, worth listening to. Dr. Gabriel, next time on stream, ask about your encyclopedic knowledge of medieval law. Oh, fuck yes. Fuck yes. Medieval law and order in the legal system. Fuck yes. I see what you did there on Name Channel with US slave catchers, black and white. I get it. Yeah, see, Safa's on board too. Brother, 100%. Dr. Abigail and medieval law. Someone call the police. Trumpets blow and guys in shower. That's basically it. Yes. Dr. Abigail, time they would have had a reeve who was a peasant who's tasked with keeping the peace, managed a shire, thus shire reeve, sheriff. Yes. Yes. And they even did the word play on that in Lord of the Rings with the hobbits lived in the Shire, and the person who was in charge of enforcement there was the sheriff, not the sheriff. But yes. Unknown channel playing Medieval Dynasty. Nice. Oh my God, that's going to be such an excellent discussion, Dr. Abigail. Medieval law. Fucking hell, that's going to be awesome. And so if not before, hopefully we have Abigail on here on Saturday. Hopefully. We'll see. Oh my God. I love it when I make drinks that are really good. And now I'm going to eat my cherry. Mainly just tastes like syrup. I thought, been absorbing a couple drinks. Mainly just tastes like syrup. Bumfungus! How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. Yes. Saturday night. Hopefully Abigail's going to be here for a tech support visit. Saturday night. If you're Gen X, you'll know that as a Cold Chisel song from the 80s. But yes, tomorrow night could be interesting with some special guests physically here. And hopefully Dr. Abigail is going to be physically here on Saturday. So fucking exciting extravaganzas with special in-person guests on both Friday and Saturday nights. Don't know about anyone else. I'm excited. We have rapid tests here. Thanks to Mrs. Angry's work, basically. Although, after it being basically fucking impossible to get rapid tests in Australia for a couple of months, they seem to be available again now. At about $10 a test, depending where you get them. See? Dr. Abigail, also Gen X. Cold Chisel, Saturday night. Which is mainly an Ian Moss song, but Barnsey comes in and does some screaming towards the end. I was much more an Ian Moss fan than a Barnsey fan. I actually saw Cold Chisel live at the Dubbo Civic Centre on the Circus Animals tour, which I honestly think was probably their creative high point, the album Circus Animals. Now I'm going to look up what were the tracks on Cold Chisel Circus Animals album. And I managed to get backstage. Okay, so Circus Animals on Wikipedia. Track list. Okay, so on the track list. Oh my God, yes. You got Nothing I Want, which was a huge fucking hit for them. Oh my God. It had Bow River, was an Ian Moss song. Forever Now, written by Steve Preswich. Fuck me. That's the first 3 tracks, which is fucking amazing. And Taipan, Hound Dog, Wild Colonial Boy, No Good For You, Numbers Fall, and When the War Is Over by Preswich. Preswich wrote their best songs, honestly. It's like, in terms of the songwriting, Preswich was the best, Moss was the second best, and then Barnes was the... So, on a 10-track album, 4 fucking legendary songs, I think I would rate, in order of the best... Forever Now, When the War Is Over, Bow River, and You Got Nothing I Want. In terms of chart success, I think You Got Nothing I Want might have been the highest. So yeah, it was like it hit number 1 on the albums charts, was probably a fucking triple platinum out. Fucking hell, over 200,000 albums sold. Fucking hell. Yes. Yes, Abigail, those are the songs of my people. So I saw them on the Circus Animals tour at the Dubbo Civic Centre and managed to get backside. Oh, geez, Freudian slip. Backstage. There was no backside action. And fucking great show. But my God, just with that Oz rock shit that Cold Chisel had going on, I was more disposed towards the Angels, which was a slightly more arty Oz rock thing. I think I saw the Angels live like 3 times. Saw Cold Chisel live once. Saw Midnight Oil live twice, I think. Unnamed channel, are you worried about my inner bogan coming out here? Dude, I fucking grew up in Dubbo. It's unashamedly bogan. So I saw Cold Chisel in Dubbo. I saw the Angels in Dubbo and in Sydney. I saw Midnight Oil in Sydney in the Horden Pavilion. Man, I sweat like a fucking pig in the Horden Pavilion. It was Spy versus Spy and Midnight Oil. Suffer, a music concert's expensive. Short answer, yes. Slightly longer answer, depends who it is. Oh, Christ, no. Okay, Safa, Dubbo's fairly bogan. There's no way Dubbo is the most bogan part of New Zealand. There are way more bogan places. Dr. Abigail, that would have beat the shit out of you in drunken rage if you said yes. Although I did get a picture backstage of Ian Moss, because their truck had apparently got bogged in some mud and they had to push it out. And he's backstage getting changed. He's just wearing shorts and he's got mud spattered all over him. Some ladies I was at school with, because I was in year 12 at this point, they paid me money for prints of Ian Moss backstage just wearing shorts with mud spattered on his body. Just saying. So if you've been to opera, I have not been to opera. I don't have a lot of interest in opera or ballet or things like that. Ooh, nice. Your mum and sister went to Eminem. That probably would have been a fun show. The biggest international act I saw was Queen back in the day with Freddie Mercury, which I'm really glad I went to see. That was at the Sydney Entertainment Centre. They were fucking amazing. And the only reason I went is my sister, who's the world's biggest Queen fan, she had tickets for her and her boyfriend to go. And quite late in the stage, her boyfriend did this weird thing like, Queen's fucking gay, I'm not going. And she was pissed off at him. She'd already paid for the ticket. And she just messaged me and said, you have to come with me because I have a ticket. And I was like, yep, I went. And fuck me. Amazing performance. Freddie Mercury and Queen. Fucking amazing. Even though we had super shitty seats, amazing performance. Australian support act, Flotsam Jetsam, who I was really into in the 80s. Sort of icons of Sydney gay disco scene, Flotsam Jetsam. They were good. Abigail, you've seen Metallica and Missy Higgins at the same venue. Yeah, I assume it's different times. Although that would be a fun double feature, Missy Higgins and Metallica. Safa, oh, Jesus. Oh, somewhere in the 80s. I don't even fucking remember. But I think it was their only tour. You could probably look it up. When did Queen tour Australia? In the 80s. Probably their only tour. Melbourne Opera's putting on second. Oh, yes. You love The Ring. Do I remember that right? You're into the Ring cycle. Unnamed channel. Only concert you've been to, your mother took you. Neil Diamond. Stayed outside the fence and listened. Cool. Okay. Safa's a Missy Higgins fan. Unnamed channel. You were 6 or 7 outside the fence at Neil Diamond. Neat. Safa, if you're asking me about the Queen concert, it was Sydney Entertainment Centre, sometime in the 80s, possibly early 90s. Yes. Well, I remember we were talking about the first part of the Ring cycle last year, and then the second part was meant to be a month later, but COVID. I remember we were talking about it last year. Yes. Okay, yeah, so Safa, the Queen concert was Sydney Entertainment Centre. You can probably find out when it was because I think they only ever toured the once in the 80s anyway, before Freddie Mercury died. Freddie Mercury's ability to control a crowd was phenomenal. It was absolutely mind-blowing. Very impressed with how he controlled a crowd. That you might say, I think he did it in the Live Aid concert. So you'll see it if you watch that Queen biopic from a couple of years ago, which, although it was completely disconnected from reality, I quite enjoyed. He did this thing where he did a day off. He did that in the Sydney concert. And he didn't say ahead of time, this is call and response. When I say something, you say it back. He just did it, and the audience knew what they were being commanded to do. Dr. Ariel, if you mentioned time spoke to Missy Higgins in the bathroom at a lesbian bar. Nice. I don't know that you have mentioned it before, but you've mentioned it now, and I like it. There's a high point. I went to a New Year's Eve party. Was it New Year's Eve or was it Mardi Gras? I think it was New Year's Eve at the Horden Pavilion. Anyway, big fucking dance party. It was either New Year's Eve or the Mardi Gras. Grace Jones was there. So this was like late 80s, early 90s. And I was with some friends, and it got to the wee, and by wee hours, I mean like 4 or 5 a.m. and it kind of fucked. And a friend just went like, oh, we can sneak into the VIP area now because all the VIPs have gone home. So we did, and it was very relaxing. We'd been there for like 8 hours at this point. And they had decent shitters, so I got to have a decent crap. And Grace Jones had left just post midnight. She actually came back when I was here in the VIP area. I'm sitting with some friends, and Grace Jones comes in, and she is riding some young woman who's wearing, oh God, I can't clearly remember if it was underwear or fetish gear, but riding her like a horsey into the VIP area. And I'm going, well, this is pretty cool. Everyone thought she was gone, but she came back, and she's riding someone like a horsey. There you go. Yeah, Asaf, I'm sure but Queen probably went to Melbourne. I don't remember. It's not something I paid attention to. I just remember I went to these. I'm trying to think of big acts I saw. Queen were definitely the biggest. I also saw Pet Shop Boys at the Sydney Entertainment Centre. Incredibly enjoyable show. Really, really liked it. Really liked the Pet Shop Boys. Oh. Wow, Pet Shop Boys. I haven't thought about them in a while. Now, if I keep that in my head, tomorrow while I'm working, I'm probably going to listen to some Pet Shop Boys because I quite enjoy their music. Ask yourself now, can you forgive her? And I love their version of Go West, the Village People song. Their version is way better than the Pet Shop Boys. Sorry, the Pet Shop Boys is way better than the Village People. And also they did a cover of the U2 song Where the Streets Have No Name, which I find hilarious because that album, The Joshua Tree, was probably the moment where U2 were taking themselves the most seriously. Like all the artwork for that album was black and white, high contrast, really intense and emo and arty. And the Pet Shop Boys do like a gay disco version of Where the Streets Have No Name. And they mash it up with I love you, baby. And if it's quite all right, I love you, baby. Sorry for asking the big questions. Did we listen to the free U2 tour? Everyone was really pissed off at having a U2 album forced onto their phones. So was I. I don't remember any tracks from that album. And I was a bit of a U2 fan over the years, but that was fucking weird to have this thing forced onto your phone that you didn't ask for. But yeah, I fucking love that the Pet Shop Boys took a song from U2's most self-serious moment and mashed it up with a show tune. What's that song? I love you, baby. And if it's quite all right, I love you, baby. Let me love you, baby. Let me love you. But that, for me, that is a piece of fucking magic, mashing up Where the Streets Have No Name with a sort of gay show tune. And I still remember how they introduced it. Neil Tennant was, when that started, you just grabbed the microphone and went, let's rock. And it started with a really sort of disco rock version of Where the Streets Have No Name. It's weird how that stuck in my head. That's how we introed the song. But they were loved. And again, the one thing I remember, the crowd fucking adored the Pet Shop Boys and were just screaming madly, like Beatlemania hysteria level. And the Neil Tennant, the singer from the Pet Shop Boys, seemed genuinely humbled. Like he did not think the crowds would go this wild for him. And when he did the like thank you thing at the end of the songs, he seemed genuinely sort of, oh my God, you guys are the best. It was great. I just drank water, didn't I? I'm sure I just drank water. Okay, it's 9:10. I've got to try and do my layered shot and set it on fire. Time to try a few things. Okay, first thing I've got to do is get the appropriate skull shot glass. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. Right, got to get a... Look, travel with me. I'm going over here. Up here, I have some bottles and shot glasses. Glasses. Wait, no. Where did I put them? I washed them. No, that's bottles. Oh, okay. So many skulls. Right. Fucking hell. I gotta remember what I did with the skull shot glasses I wanted. Oh, God. Is this going to defeat me that I don't remember what I did? Yes, Chris, fire drink time. What the fuck did I do with the skull shot glasses? I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. They were there. What the fuck am I doing? No, that's something else. Shit. What the fuck? Wait, are they in the dishwasher? Did I put them in the dishwasher? I put them in the dishwasher. What a clue, because I hadn't used them for a while, because I want... Okay. Easily confused. Skull shot glass. This is a really classy, heavy skull shot glass. Came with a bottle of Crystal Head vodka. Right, so that goes there. That goes there. Right. So, components. I want the red. And I want the absinthe, which is what I'm going to set on fire. There's the red, I think. A bit of aperitivo, bit of Amaro. Fresh orange Amaro. And absinthe. All right. This will be fun. I'll turn the actual webcam around so you can see it. So, okay. Okay, so there you go. You can see the skull shot glass. So, I'll put the red in first. Now, theoretically, the absinthe should float on top. That's not that red, is it? The absinthe should float on top because it's much higher alcohol. Put that there. I'm going to do it over the back of a spoon because that kind of helps spread it so it doesn't... all right. See if I can get a bit of absinthe to float on top. I'm very bad at layering cocktails. But that's actually worked. Yeah, you might not see it from that webcam, but in real life I'm looking at it. That's actually worked. Okay. Cool. Pressure's on. Oh, I need to get the cinnamon as well. Oh my God, that's so licoricey. Where's my cinnamon? Ground cinnamon, where are you? Ground turmeric, ground cumin. Where the fuck's the ground cinnamon? Oh, come on, don't fuck with me. Just going through the ground chili. I definitely don't want ground chili. Or allspice. Masala. Oh, what the fuck? Honestly. Where's the cinnamon? Lemon zest, paprika, cardamom. What the fuck? Where's the cinnamon? Oh God, this is doing my head in. So you can just keep looking at the skull there while I try and find the ground cinnamon. All right, we've got a little step ladder that I hopefully won't fall off because I need to look on some higher shelves. Oh, where are we? Paprika, chai, star anise, paprika, onion, paprika. Man, we've got a lot of fucking paprika. By the way, smoked paprika is the bomb. Cinnamon sugar. I don't really want cinnamon sugar. I want cinnamon. What's this? What the fuck is this? That's garlic. What is this? What is this? Paprika again. Why have we got... Oh, okay. We've got a lot of paprika because paprika is pretty awesome, honestly. Where are these? Cinnamon sticks. I don't want cinnamon sticks. I want round cinnamon. Nutmeg, spice, caraway, fucking paprika, Chinese 5 spice, American spice, allspice, chili. Okay. All right. So, if you'll excuse me for a second, I'm just going to ask Mrs. Angry, because this is the sort of thing that she'll know about. Hello. Should I have ground cinnamon? Possibly stupid. You help? Yeah. All right, Mrs. Angry's coming to help because I'm useless. I even got a step ladder. That's herbs. Watch this. Mrs. Angry's going to find the cinnamon in like 5 seconds flat. I've struggled for a couple minutes. No, you're going to do anything even better. Yeah. Oh, it's that big thing. God, I was looking at all the little things. Bloody hell. You might have thought I was joking when I said Mrs. Angry would find it in 5 seconds. She found it in 2 seconds. Oh my God, what a loser. Okay, now I've just got to line up my video camera to try and get a shot of this. Okay, so menu, shooting mode, high speed. All right. Going to move it a little bit. It's actually looking pretty cool. I'm hoping this works. Okay, it's looking pretty cool. First, I'm hoping it sets on fire, and then I'm going to drop ground cinnamon on it, which will make sparks. So let's friggin' see. Turn my video camera on, and I'll try and light the absinthe, which is on top. That's worked. That's on fire. That shit's on fire. Fucking hell. Shit's on fire, yo. All right, a little bit more. Fucking hell, that worked. I can't believe it. All right. Blow it out before the thing gets too hot. All right. Shit worked, yo. I'm going to put a bit of ice in that now because fire is hot. A little bit of ice in there, and I'm going to do a shot. Fucking hell, that worked. I can't wait to see what the video looks like. Hopefully it's usable. So this layered shot, and the layering's still there, which I love, is a bit of red Amaro and blue absinthe, which I then set on fire. I'm not doing this all in one go. I do it in 2 goes. Yeah, the shot glass is still warm from the fire, and there's cinnamon all over it. Oh, hot damn, yo. Woo. It's a little bit fiery from the cinnamon, actually. Hot damn. All right. So I'm going to be very excited to see what that looks like on video, actually. I'll drink some more water after this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Okay. I am not into shots. Oofed. Okay. You just missed me doing flaming shots.
It smells like something in here.
Smells like burning? I've been setting things on fire. You and Jiggy? Okay. Oh, I've got some of the juice you like, and some vodka, pomegranate. Oh, I don't have any. Well, I've got some flat lemonade, but the soda stream stopped working. I could put. Oh, I've got sodas in there, but I don't know if you'll like it. Well, oh yeah, the pomegranate. It's just going to taste like pomegranate juice. This will give it some bubbles. All right.
Is just like concentrated.
Yeah, pomegranate juice is pretty full on. All right, just making young Mr. Angry a drink. Get a few bits of ice. Oofed. I feel like that shot's going to hit me in the next couple minutes. Okay, some ice. Some sody. Which sody you want to do? The blood orange sody. That's the one, I think. Put some of that in. Where's the book? Yeah, there's vodka here, which was to make a party drink. Not a vodka drinker myself. But there's some vodka here, so we'll use it. Unnamed channel, you never understand setting it on fire, burns alcohol. Oh, it doesn't burn the alcohol very quickly. It does. The longer you leave it, the more alcohol it's going to burn off. That's why I just let it burn for a few seconds to get the effect. That was that's like 80% alcohol that I was burning there. So it would take a while to burn off a significant amount of alcohol. Pomegranate. This bottle. Top it off. Yeah, I'll have the last little bit of the sody. There you go.
Thanks.
Oh, looks a lordy. Oh, wow. Safa, did they just announce Lee Sales is quitting 7:30 report? Ooh. Yeah, Music Elevator, I've actually seen a guide that gives you an approximation of if you're burning alcohol, how long it takes to burn off what percentage of alcohol. And Safa, I don't know what you're referring to with an opal drink. So, gonna have this little bit of blood orange soda. Oh. To another unpaid advertisement for Cappy, they make good sodas. Man, it's like my one goal is my cocktail channel becomes big enough that people want to give me free shit. When you see me drinking something, it's because they give me free shit. Blue-green drink. This, again, I'm not sure what you're referring to. If you're referring to a drink of mine, yes, bum fungus, free shit, everyone's dream. That's what we want. Yeah. Free shit is living the dream. So yeah, the free shit for me comes into two things. Is sending me free booze and inviting me to events where there is booze. That's the so for the one I just made. Okay, the shot I just made was a red bitter amaro. It's it was actually a locally made one in Melbourne, but it's kind of like the Italian ones, Campari or Aperol. But it's a Melbourne made one. So it was a shot with Campari or a bitter red amaro topped with this absinthe. And this was on the top because this burns 80% alcohol. To make alcohol burn easily, it needs to be significantly over 50% alcohol. Lower ABV alcohol will burn, but you basically have to warm it up. The warmer the alcohol is, the more likely it is to burn. Unknown channel in North Korea. Tons of shitty text from them. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, I drank the shot. The shot was nasty. I don't usually drink shots. Shots are nasty. But now I have a sense memory of what that shot tastes like. When I shoot a video, I will probably fake it. It probably won't be alcohol in the shot, and I'll just knock it back, and I'll just remember my reaction to drinking that shot and react accordingly, which is mainly like, man, that's intense. That's my chaos shot. Blood for the blood god. Warhammer 40k. Mrs. Angry definitely doesn't do shots. She's far more responsible than I. So, yeah, I'm also thinking, I haven't finally decided what I'm going to do for this Warhammer video. Definitely that shot. And possibly also, I'm thinking a variant on a Manhattan, because if I use red sweet vermouth, it's very blood red. But then rather than using whiskey, I'm planning on using moonshine because that's a bit more chaotic and will also be more red. So, Unknown channel. Old Kim makes people give so many tons of shit as tax they can't produce fertilizer. They need much poop as they can spread on the fields. They're like, I don't know. North Korea is a fucking shit show, basically. The kids, young Mr. Angry would probably do shots if they were lined up. Young Ms. Angry, less so. Unknown channel. People steal the poop so they can make it quick. Okay, it's very thing. And I agree, Safa. Shots are a youthful thing to do. Shots are irresponsible. I don't promote the knocking back of shots. I very, very, very rarely do shots. I did one tonight just for a laugh for a specific video. Lawsy, it was a pretty fucking serious shot, quite honestly. And because it had cinnamon in it, because I'd been sprinkling cinnamon over the flame to get the sparkles. So it had that sort of hot taste from cinnamon and licorice from the absinthe. Unnamed channel, I definitely did not do shots when I was a teen. It is a young person's thing, shots. It's an ill-advised thing. if someone ever said to me, I never do shots, I'd go, good on you. Don't do shots. They're a bad idea. Very, very, very rarely do shots. In fact, that one I did just then, it may have been years prior to that since I actually did shot. And by shots, I mean like just going, ugh. And I did that in 2 goes. I didn't do it in 1 shot. I did it in 2. But yeah, I just don't do it. Safa, I am absolutely drinking water now. I got to function at work tomorrow. I'm going to get at work, sitting just there. But there's some shit I have to get sorted out tomorrow. So I need to be somewhat together to do that. No more alcohol for me tonight. I'm going to stick with being half Tim Smith tonight. Tomorrow night, Nettie and Nobody and possibly Aidsy are going to be here, physically be here. So that could be a whole thing. Tomorrow night, shaving OB. Saturday night, Dr. Abigail is hopefully going. And when I say hopefully, it's because Dr. Abigail is going to help me, A, help me with some tech support, B, just be here for the stream to hang out and it'll be friggin' awesome and stuff. So 2 pretty kind of exciting nights, actually, with humans from outside my house being here, which will be fun. Safi, you like the silver beard? That's what it is, man. See, here it's really silver. The sides, notice it's kind of dark there, which I find interesting. That's not colored. That's natural. But yeah, the chin is very silver. And the mo is less silver. The hair's like 50-50, silver and dark. I like it. And thank you for liking it as well, Safa, by the way. Yes, unnamed channel, humanoids, filthy creatures, filthy infected creatures. That's broadly my attitude to other humans. But yeah, what's the thing? Again, my generation, early 80s. If you're old enough Gen X to remember early 80s in Australia, New Zealand, my sex, because I think they're actually from New Zealand. That if you sort of top 40 hits in the early 80s, computer games and whatnot, and there was a great name, Space Race. There was a song like crazy humanoids in the space race. Lead singer died in a car crash, I think, long time ago. I'm trying to, okay, because I listen to these songs so many times, I think the lyrics are ingrained in my brain. The Space Race singer. What are these cigarettes you smoke? How do you mean it's the ice we broke? What's this place going up in smoke? Crazy humanoids in the space race. Unnamed channel, you remember 83. You were born. Trying to remember music. Again, okay, so I'm approximately 20 years, not quite, I'm 15 years older than you. So I was a teenager when you were born. That's okay. There was some great New Zealand music in the 80s. There was a bunch of really good New Zealand music in the 80s. Some was top 40, like Dave Dobbin, which that's fine. But there's a bunch of really good indie New Zealand music in it. Like Split Ends were New Zealand. My Sex were New Zealand. That was 70s, 80s. But there was a bunch of really good indie stuff in the 80s as well. It's good. It is what it is. I'm trying to think. What are the name of the New Zealand 80s indie stuff? Stuff like the Tall Dwarfs and the Verlaines. Okay, I'm going to put this into a search. 80s NZ indie music. See what comes up if I search 80s NZ music. What? Don't want number ones from New Zealand. 10 awesome bands from New Zealand. Dragon, hilariously named in a royal commission into drug trafficking, because Dragon, who were a New Zealand band, were actually using their international tours to traffic drugs. Op Shop, don't know who they are. Flight of the Conchords, fucking hilarious. The Datsuns, I vaguely remember the Datsuns. I didn't know they were New Zealand. Split Ends were, of course, huge. Dudes, I don't know. Phoenix Foundation, I don't know. She had New Zealand. I didn't know they were New Zealanders. Naked and Famous, Crowded House, which is just a spin-off of okay. 100 Greatest Alternative Songs of the 80s. Well, this sounds fun to me. How many of these do I know? 100 Greatest Alternative Songs from the 80s. Part 1, 100 to 81. Okay, who's this? Let's see how much of these I'm into. 100 to 81. The Primitives, the Primitives are okay. Not big on them. 99, Laid Back White Horse, not into that. Oh, Joe Boxers, Just Got Lucky, one-hit wonders. 10,000 Maniacs, I like 10,000 Maniacs. Concrete Blonde, like Concrete Blonde. Oh my God, this website's going to make it so hard for me. Red Hot Chili Peppers, yeah. Oh, the British Beat, yeah. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, yeah. Enola Gay, I like that song. Happy Mondays, yeah, they were big in the 90s. Lloyd Cole and the Commotions, yes, I was into Lloyd Cole and the Commotions. What do we got here? Berlin, I don't know if they're really indie. Furniture, Brilliant Mind, I fucking love that song. Love it. They Might Be Giants for fun. I like them. Adamant, I don't know that he qualifies as indie. That's kind of mainstream top 40. Violent Femmes, yes. Friggin' love the Violent Femmes. Who else? Thomas Dolby, I don't know that he qualifies as indie. I think he's top 40. Fugazi, yes. Fucking punk. B-52s, I don't think they really qualify as indie. They're more mainstream. Flock of Seagulls, I don't think they really count as indie. Yazoo, I don't think they really count as indie either. 80 to 61, okay. What do we got here? Bob Mould, yeah, he counts as indie. Pale Saints, yeah, they're indie. Black Flag, definitely indie. Henry Rollins. In Excess, no fucking way are they indie. They were very much top 40. Sisters of Mercy, yeah, they kind of count. Who else? Love and Rockets, they definitely count as indie. Oh, weird. B-Movie, I don't even know who they are, so they're probably indie. Tracy Chapman, I don't know that she really counts as indie. Nirvana, I don't think they count as indie. The Plimsolls, I think they do count as indie. I remember them. Excuse the old man. Faith No More, We Care a Lot, 1987. That was with their original lead singer. Maybe Tom Tom Club, maybe indie. Big Country, they were Scottish, definitely big indie. Ministry, Stigmata, yeah, I think Ministry kind of count as indie. House of Love, they probably count as indie. And who we got? Stranglers Golden Brown. I'm not sure that counts as indie. I think that was it. I don't know. The Go-Betweens, definitely. I fucking love the Go-Betweens. Cattle and Cane. Gang of Ford, definitely indie. Liquid, I only have a vague memory of, so they're probably indie. Grace Jones, I don't know that Grace Jones counts as indie. She's like a disco sort of queen. Anyway, old man stuff. So Abigail. Cold Chisel had about, I don't know. I don't even know how many studio albums they had. Somewhere between 6 and 10. Unnamed channel. Yes, I remember. No, you are absolutely right. She had, after 9/11, wanted to change their name because it was obviously a play on words with jihad, and they were worried it made them sound like Islamic extremists. They changed their name to Pacifier, and then they eventually changed it back to Shihad when they decided enough time had passed. Yeah. Oh, Concrete Blonde. Concrete Blonde had a couple of tracks I like. Dr. Abigail. Falling Asleep. Time for Sleep. Sleep. Very sleep. Looking forward to seeing you either on the stream tomorrow night and hopefully in person on Saturday. Oh, no, I think you have something on tomorrow night, don't you? You and your social engagements. But yes, have some sleep. It's 9:40 now. That's a reasonable time to sleep. I feel like I can still smell smoke in this glass. Oof. Honestly. Yep. I think I've managed to keep it on just half Tim Smithed. Why is it doing that? I was going to get some more of these pop songs. 100 to 81, 80 to 86. Okay, 60 to 41. What's 60 to 41? Human League. No, they were top 40. Fuck the Human League. I don't like Tony Human League. Chameleons, they were indie. Eurythmics, no, they were top 40. Waterboys, I think they barely Whole of the Moon qualifies as indie. Magazine were indie. What else? Midnight Oil, that kind of indie. Beds Are Burning are listed as there. Husker Du, don't want to. Oh, I fucking love Husker Du. Don't want to know if you're lonely. That's a great power pop song. Sinead O'Connor, Mandinka. Okay, later there was a brief period where Sinead O'Connor was mainstream, but from her first album, and Mandinka was a single from it. That was a fucking great track. That was indie. Meat Puppets, they were indie. Devo, Whip It, 1980. That's border between indie and top 40, honestly. The Replacements, they were indie, definitely. Missing Persons. I don't think that really qualifies indie. The Lars, There She Goes. One hit wonders. Fucking love that song. Icicle Works, yes. I like the Icicle Works. They were indie. X, Johnny Hit and Run, yes. There's more than one outfit with the name X. Yeah, they were indie. And who else have we got? The Jam. Yeah, I guess the Jam were indie. Town Called Malice was 1982. Then Style Council were more top 40. Cocteau Twins. Yeah, I guess they qualify as indie. Mission of Burma. I don't know who they are, so they're probably indie. The Cult. They're right on the fringe. Suzanne Vega, Luca. I don't think that qualifies as indie. I think that was a big hit. 40 to 21 on this list. Okay. Peter Murphy. Don't know who that is, so maybe indie. Patti Smith, she was always on the fringe, I guess. Suicidal Tendencies. Oh, Institutionalized. I fucking love that drum. Oh, I'm not crazy. Institution. You're the one who's crazy. Institution. 9 Inch Nails, Head Like a Hole at 37. Yes, I fucking love that. Japan, kinda indie, I guess. What else are they saying? Public Image Limited, Rise, which I really liked. Yeah, I guess that's indie, even though John Lydon turned out to be a fuckhead. Romeo Void, Never Say Never for 1981. I guess that's indie. I like that track. Oh, Psychedelic Furs. I fucking love the Psychedelic Furs. Pretty in Pink was released in 81. Much better tracks than Pretty in Pink. The Blue Nile. I love the Blue Nile. They were good. Elvis Costello, Veronica in 89. I guess Elvis Costello is indie. He's almost top 40. Bauhaus. Yes, Bauhaus were indie. Number 30. Morrissey, I guess he's indie. Again, don't have to be an absolute fuckwit. Sugar Cubes, yes. That was the band Bjork came out of. The Clash, Rock the Casbah 82. That's kind of fringe between indie and top 40, I think. Stone Roses, in the UK, they were top 40, but everywhere else, I think they were indie. The Pretenders, Pretenders were top 40. Talk, they were top 40. Tears for Fears, they were top 40. Peter Gabriel, although Games Without Frontiers was not a big top 40 song, but I think Peter Gabriel was kind of top 40. Pixies, Monkey Gone to Heaven, love that. No, I think they were indie. That was pretty good. What am I looking for on this list? Okay, the top 20 according to this website, indie songs of the 80s. Let's see how many of these I agree with. Top 20. The Police. No, Spirits of the Material. The Police were top 40. Fuck that. REM, South Central Rain in 84. Okay, REM were indie in 1984, but later top 40. That's not my favorite REM song. Susie and the Banshees, I guess they count as indie. Tom Waits. Oh, that's a fun one. Tom Waits is definitely fringe. Sonic Youth, yeah, I think they qualify as indie. I fucking love Sonic Youth. Jane's Addiction, yeah, I think they're indie. Depeche Mode, Everything Counts, yeah, I guess they were indie at that point. U2, no, fuck off. U2 weren't fucking indie. They were The Church, Under the Milky Way. I don't know. I feel like they were kind of mainstream in Australia. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, The Mercy Seat. Yeah, I have a bit of a weak spot for Nick Cave, honestly, even though he's said and done some dickish things. XTCs. XTC had some top 40, but dear God, was definitely not top 40. Jesus and Mary Chain. Fucking love the Jesus and Mary Chain. Number 9, Just Like Honey. Yes. The Cure. Again, okay, it's a Forest from 1980. By the end of the 80s, The Cure top 40, but at the start of the 80s, they were indie. New Order, Blue Monday. Again, start of the 80s, New Order were indie. End of the 80s, they were top 40. Echo and the Bunnymen. Killing Moon. Yeah, I think they count as indie. Now, what these people rate is the top 5. Fuck off. David Bowie was an indie. Fuck off. Talking Heads, fuck off. They weren't indie. Oh, maybe 1980, Once in a Lifetime, maybe. I don't know. Kate Bush was Running Up That Hill. She was an indie. Very top 40. Smiths, How Soon Is Now, 84. That was indie. Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart. Okay, that is the Gen X song. Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart is the Gen X song of the 80s. Nice, Chris having some mac and cheese. Oh, nice. So I missed that because I've been rabbiting for a while. Dr. Abigail's probably gone now. She has a job, tech stuff for a show, and sleeping before that. So Dr. Abigail's occupied tomorrow night. Probably have a few people over here tomorrow for the stream, and hopefully I have Dr. Abigail here on Saturday. Oh, Chris, what's hilarious now is occasionally I will be in the supermarket and they will be playing a song like as music that was an edgy indie song when I were a lad. It was like, oh, I am definitely old when stuff I used to listen to as edgy sort of indie stuff is now a golden oldie. It's like, oh, goddamn, motherfucker, I am old. I don't say that in anything apart from good humor. Basically, it's just like, yeah, motherfucker, fuck it. Safa, yeah, hopefully we're getting a few cool people in for the stream tomorrow night. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, hopefully having a couple of fun nights. Yes, Chris, you're right. The first Linkin Park album's on classic rock now. Again, all it takes for something to go from edgy and non-commercial to golden oldies is time. Chris, be safe, have fun. Hey, is that you signing off, or are you saying that to someone in particular? I don't know. So yeah, it's funny. Songs that when they were released definitely would not have been played in commercial media, would not be played on like commercial radio. But now, 20, 30, 40 years later, I'm so fucking old, are so safe. They get paid in supermarkets. Oh, Chris is saying about having friends over. Yeah, we've got tests. We've got rapid tests. There was like for a couple of months, it was literally fucking impossible to get rapid tests in Australia, mostly because the federal government fucking sucks and did not plan for fucking anything. But they're available again now. Mrs. Angry got some through her work. So we get visitors over tomorrow. We do rapid tests before they come in. And then we're going to have ventilation happen because it's going to be cool tomorrow. So that door behind me is opening, letting cool air in, and it will be open tomorrow. We will have air circulation and cool air tomorrow night. Be fun, be good, be excellent. So, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty serious party tomorrow night. So we'll see how that goes. Chris, you get free ones. Interestingly, people who have sort of government health benefit cards here get free ones at the moment. And when Dr. Abigail and I, a couple of weeks ago, were getting them for Nettie and some other supplies, they just happened to have them in this chemist, but only for people who had the healthcare cards. And went in and said, hey, can we get these? And they said, yep. Because how much are they? Those are free. I was like, fuck yeah. But because I'm a working person. Actually, no, Mrs. Angry did pay for the ones that she's got. It was less than what it costs. They've finally reappeared here, I noticed when I was out shopping the other day, and it averages about $10 a test. And there was a period a while back where people were charging just fucking rip-off rates, like $20, $40 for a test. Around $10 a test seems to be a baseline at the moment. Chris, you're saying I'll be fine. Oh, yes. Lack of common sense is a real worry. It's a real worry. Oh, 9:54. Almost bedtime. I think tonight's gone well. I've just gotten pleasantly buzzed, half Tim Smith, had a couple of fun drinks, played with my UFO cocktail smoker. That burnt wood actually smells pretty good. Might try it with some rosemary tomorrow night. And my flaming shot worked. And I hope I got some good video of it. I'll check it tomorrow. But as a proof of concept, it worked. Now, if that video is good, I can use that and I won't have to do it again. So if that video is good, so I don't have to do it again. Drink another shot. But we shall see. So, Chris, yes, bedtime for me, noodle time for you. Nice. I mean, it's weird. I think it's like someone over the back fence plays TVs really loud and I'm hearing whatever they're playing. I don't think the microphone will pick it up because it's pretty quiet. But, yeah, it's pretty weird. Got my... if I put it on there, it's like... How cool does that look? Flame. It's like this is a brulee flamer. It's for kitchen stuff. It's for torching creme brulees and other things for culinary reasons. I got this specifically for cocktails, and now I've finally got a really good smoker. I might, yeah. I've got the wood chips, but there's like rosemary in the garden, which I think would make good smoke. Yeah, Chris, I can't quite tell what their favorite shows are. Like, sometimes I think what I'm hearing is not in English, which would not be that unusual for this neighborhood, actually. So I can't tell them what the fuck it is. Oh, but yes, I might leave it there. Like, looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, not to. You know what I mean. Tomorrow night, guests here. We'll have a bit of fun. We'll have a bit of carry on. It'll be all cool. 2 or 3 guests here tomorrow, and then hopefully Abigail is a guest on Saturday. When I say hopefully, it's for 2 reasons. One, I really enjoy having Abigail over. Enjoy having Abigail on the stream, but also she's going to do some tech support for me. So we'll see what happens. But we will leave it. I'm going to leave it slightly early, just a couple minutes short of 2 hours. I just want to wrap it up. Got to put a few things away before I go to Sleepy Bobos. So I hope you find people look after yourselves, stay well. If you're able to be on tomorrow night, Saturday night, we should be having a fair bit of fun. So it'll be fun to see you then. But whatever you're doing, take care, and I will say bye for now.